Hello, everyone. Um, Welcome to, I think, our fourth 20 by 3, our new series, modeled after the 12 at 12. So for those of you who are new to this is very similar to 12 at 12, but instead of attending 5 and getting one development hour, you attend 3 and get one development hour. So this is the fourth of our series on video feedback for the new video feedback initiative. If there's any questions or concerns about my audio, please let me know in the questions area. Today, this is a really simple one. Many of you have probably already begun using it. The reason we're specifically, I think, highlighting this one is because it is a really useful tool for short, personalized feedback that easily fulfills the requirements that are now being implemented and should be implemented by the end of August. This is something that allows you to do a short 30-second brief, 30-second, a minute, 2-minute introductory video. And then you can continue doing what you've always done in terms of textual or visual feedback. It's a lot faster than, for example, using Screencast-O-Matic or Capture or Camtasia or Snagit or any of the others that you may also use for more in-depth critiques or portfolio discussions, things like that. But this can be combined as well, I think. We recently, some of this is going to be mentioned in the pre-recorded video that I did. I just didn't want to have any overlap, but overlap with my webcam and audio or microphone on my webcam. So this can be used, I think, in concert as well with still images while you are recording your face through the webcam. You can actually describe what's being seen within a discussion thread. So for example, you see here, I've just set up a sample where you could have, I do a screenshot sometimes. This is all in the video, so I'm not going to go into it too much further. Let me play that first, and then we can come back to anything that I've missed. Well, that would help. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, I wasn't really showing anything in particular, but now you do want to see this. So this is just my faculty sandbox. I will come back to this after I play the video. Hopefully that works very easily. Gail, I assume you can see this now, everybody? Just confirm so I'm not continuing to talk with, okay, thank you, Gail, I appreciate it. Thanks, Mark. So I'm going to show this video, which means I have to share the video, which means I cannot talk or do anything else while the video is playing. I may just end up stopping it at some point. It might be longer than it needs to be. Anyway, here we go. Hi, I just want to give a quick overview of the video note, insert stuff video note tool. I'm doing it as recording just to make sure that I don't interfere at all with the go-to meeting. The cameras get a little bizarre when you're trying to operate multiple pieces of software at the same time, sharing your webcam. So I'm doing it this way. I want to just show you the basics. This is super easy. Most of you probably already know how to do it. I'm going to toggle full screen. There. Toggle full screen. What I like to do is first just make sure you've got some room to work with. I always like my videos centered, so I align center. Now I go to insert stuff. You can see very easily, you can go straight to video note, click it. This will prepare your webcam. Obviously, you can set your webcam to different settings so that it's closer to you. If it's in your built into your screen or your laptop, then it probably is going to be much closer. In any case, just to give you a sense of what it looks like, you simply hit new recording. You know it's recording because the time marker will begin to count. You have a 6-minute limit. We were able to finally get that updated to, or expanded to, 6 minutes instead of 3. So you don't feel that pressure. But again, this is really meant to be a fairly brief tool for personalized feedback to students, not for necessarily detailed critiques or explaining how to rewrite a paper, etc. I think this is excellent for giving a quick, simple 1, 2, 3-minute introduction to either a textual discussion. You can write out your comments still within the response window. Or what I also like to do is, I'm going to stop the recording here shortly. What I also like to do is use the video to quickly go through some simple issues that they might have for revisions, say in a milestone revision from a task. Recording. So once you've got it, it will automatically start replaying. You know it's done. I'm just going to do test. You do want to give your video a pertinent name, maybe the last name of the student and the task and milestone that you're responding to. That way you can actually do a search for it later if you need to. For example, if you wanted to find something that you had done earlier that's in a different milestone and say, hey, I don't know if you saw this, but you can reinsert that video note by going into the insert stuff again. So this is, while this is rendering, I'm just going to click insert. It'll tell you that it's working. In the meantime now, you could have, what I often like to do is perhaps first upload or you can be doing this feedback while you're looking at the image. But say, for example, I did a quick markup and I want to insert a picture of the markup I did, because sometimes it's just easier for the student to see it this way. So I would insert stuff. I'm grabbing this sample that I did and I'm adding it. I just do alternative text. If you want to be able to try and search for it later, most often you're never going to need to. I just do. So here I've just got a screenshot of the big things that I want them to look at. And I can just sit here and go through it with the webcam on, the way I was just going through it, and just describe what it is they're seeing as my video is playing above or below. I hope that makes sense. I also might, for example, do a quick discussion or description of an artwork. I often diagram images so that they can better understand what it is they're looking at. So, for Art 1000, we go through the elements of art and principles of design, which, for example, we can see the repetition of geometric shapes. We can see movement, and I might use arrows and stuff and diagram all of this out and be able to explain to them what it is they're seeing in that simple video note video. Now, I know this is somewhat confusing because that video note is already done and you're still watching me give you a video. So I just want you to understand that I could now, to give you a better sense of what I mean, I could now, again, center my video, insert video note, and hit new recording. And as I am going through, I can have that diagrammed image off to the side and I can be explaining to them, okay, so you can see the image that I've uploaded. You know how the diagonal shapes that are created by the positioning of the objects, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I can give this video overview while they are looking at the image and seeing my video above them. And hit new record. Although apparently you have to have the other one in any case. You understand what I'm saying, I hope. apparently you have to wait for the other one to render before this one will work. So you should be able to then post. The video should now be available. And now they could, when they get in, they could see that video. Recording, you know it's recording because and while it's playing, you can describe what it is that they need to go through, and they can actually see both your video and what it is you're discussing. Now, the only reason you would do this as opposed to using, say, Screencast-O-Matic is because it's very quick. You don't have to wait for the rendering. You don't have to go and upload the video later. It's just super fast and super quick and super easy to get it done. So these are just different techniques. Again, I think the best option for this is simply to have a very brief initial introductory piece of feedback, and then you can launch into textual feedback. This way you're technically fulfilling the requirement for personalized feedback, but it's very short and easy to accomplish without a lot of recording and uploading and going through the insert video or insert from my computer, etc. All right, so I'm just going to leave it at that and continue talking in the training. Okay, I hope that was clear enough. I was kind of pressed for time to get this together. So the reason, again, if you wanted to be able to have access, so let's say you're using the video note not necessarily for one-time, thanks Mark, I appreciate that. Let's say you're using video note not just for a one-time usage for a particular milestone or task, but say it's something that's more general that you may want to use more than one time, and you don't want to re-record the same thing for every single class. The reason you would really give that a very specific title, and this is true for anything you upload to the LOR as well, you always want to have very clear attributes. For the video note, this is generally going to be only stored within the classroom that you're in. I don't know how easy it is yet. I've not found out whether, if I'm starting a new class, 6 weeks later, I don't know if I still have access to all these video notes. So that can be problematic, and it's something that we probably, need to figure out and let everybody know. I just haven't been using it long enough to know if I have access to it. And since I'm doing everything in my Sandbox, everything is available to me that I've done in my Sandbox. So the reason you would do that, say you've done a quick video and you want to go back and remind a student that you already did that video, you can go into the video note search. And here, and again, I don't know why things are so strange in Brightspace. I hope we can get some of these things changed. But the one that I did was named test. So I just do a search for test. And again, I don't know why you only get this teeny, teeny, tiny little screen to look at. But there's that video that I did. I can select it, hit next, and insert it. That way I've still got access to any of the ones I've done this session. And then I can post it. So I've already done that once. You can see that. And I didn't center that one. So that's basically the easiest way, I think, for all of us to give, especially if you're crunched for time. I've been doing a lot of these Screencast-O-Matic screen capture videos, which are really wonderful, and I love doing them, but they are very time consuming, or relatively time consuming. It's not as bad as it used to be, since we now have the quick access for the insert video. I'm hoping some of you had this before. Susan, could you post instructions on how to get the inserts? You did it rapidly. Yes, I will absolutely do that. I want to do a Q&A when we get to the end. So just bear with me so that this is a relatively concise 20-minute video. I will absolutely go through questions and show you everything that you need for this going forward. So if for those of you, just to give you a contrast, I think, so the difference between how quickly and easy it is to do the video note, again, the only problem is you don't get the screen capture option, so you can't show what's on your screen. That's why I'm suggesting that you can, again, if you're crunched for time in particular, that at least you can upload a video or an image, a still image of the text. Screenshots are always easy. I have a lot of these diagrammed works of art that I can easily upload, and then just do a quick run through of what they're seeing. And I think that's very effective as well. You know, sometimes I think the talking head approach is somewhat distracting. So, you know, it really comes down to what best fits what you have going on and what particular assignments you are dealing with. And that's why we're giving you so many options. So just remember, in the FTC site, the Faculty Training Center site, we have a specific area under the training widget. I hate these terms, but under the training tile at the top, the little washing machines, you have that access to the 4 trainings we've done, which so far is Camtasia, Snagit, Screencast-O-Matic, and now Video Note, which I'll upload after we are done with this course or with this training session. So I think, you know, this gives you the basics. I do want to just show you the contrast. So if I were instead doing a Screencast-O-Matic, so I would have to, you know, load Screencast-O-Matic or Snagit, get that all situated, start record the video, you know, you get up to 15 minutes, render the video, save the video, and then once I'm done with all of that, then I can go in and do the insert stuff using my computer, and I could choose file. And for example, here I've got the video feedback initiative, so I could actually, for example, to you, if we were in the class, I could upload that 20-minute video. I don't want to do it because it's going to take way too long, but I'm going to maybe upload a short one if I've got one easily accessible. This won't take too long. So this is a way to, you notice that it just takes longer. It's a quick way to upload the Screencast-O-Matic or Snagit or Camtasia videos that you've done. But again, it takes a little bit longer, and you can't really do anything else in the meantime. Whereas you can continue working with, this was a very short video, so that didn't take long to load. But this way, at least as you're waiting for that, for the video note, you can actually continue to type or do other things in the classroom. Whereas when you're waiting for the upload for the for a Screencast-O-Matic or other video, it takes a while for it to upload, and you may be stuck there if it's, you know, 15-20 minutes long. So this is, again, this is something that you would have learned from watching one of the other 3 video feedbacks that we've offered. Okay, so we're at 4:18, so this is a good time to, I will kind of end the tutorial as we're doing, and then we'll do some question and answer here in a second. So I hope everybody finds this basic, these basics useful. And now I'm going to give it a little bit of quiet time. So I've got a place to cut the video. I'm actually just going to stop recording.